So that right there, all those chords and lead lines in the different places on the neck, they're built around two chords, the 1 and the 4. So in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to jam over a 1-4 chord progression and make it sound like you know exactly what you're doing. And we're going to do it in 3 different zones on the neck. And what that means for you is you're going to be able to lock in a chord groove, play tasty little licks in between using major and minor pentatonic scales, and move it all up and down the fretboard like you've been playing for years. So we're going to be breaking the fretboard into 3 zones, and we're first going to learn the chords that fit in that zone, and then we're going to learn segments of the major and minor pentatonic scale in that same zone so that you can seamlessly switch between the two. And as always, there's a free PDF to accompany this. Just download it by clicking the link in the description. So we're going to start off with zone 1, obviously. So we're going to be doing this all in the key of E, and the first thing we're going to learn is our E chord, which will be our 1 chord in the key of E. And in zone 1, we're just going to play that as your standard open E chord shape. You've probably played this before. Now for the 4 chord, we're just going to play our standard A major chord, and we're going to try to do it with 1 finger. Okay, you'll notice I've got 1 finger over those 3. And don't worry if the high E isn't ringing properly. It's not a super important note for this chord because we already have an E note on the 2nd fret on the D. And by playing it with 1 finger, it's going to allow you to switch between lead lines easier than doing the 3 finger version. So have a good go at it. So now we've got our 1 chord and our 4 chord in zone 1. Now next up, we're going to learn a segment of our minor pentatonic scale that's in that same area. So the notes we're going to use the open string and 2nd fret on the D and G, and then on the B and high E, we're going to use the open string and 3rd fret. So we're using 4 strings, 0, 2, 0, 2, 0, 3, 0, 3. So now we have our 1 chord, our 4 chord, and we have the minor pentatonic scale. Now again, in that same zone, we're going to learn a segment of our major pentatonic scale. So we're going to just use the 2nd and 4th fret on the bottom 3 strings of your guitar. So the low E, A, and D. And that will give us notes from the major pentatonic. Now the thing is, with the major and minor pentatonic scale, in the case of this kind of bluesy rock jam or a 1-4 in a major blues key, you can switch between major and minor pentatonic and they're not going to clash. So I could play my 1 chord, then do my major pentatonic, then my 4 chord and do minor pentatonic. Or I could go 1 chord and then I could do my minor pentatonic, and then my 4 chord, major. So both your major and minor pentatonic scale are going to work in this 1-4. And if this pentatonic scale stuff all seems a bit confusing, I do have a course, Pentatonic 0 to Hero, which will take you from knowing nothing to being able to solo freely on your fretboard with musical ideas. So I'll leave a link in the description if you do want to check that out. So now that we know our chords and scale segments in zone 1, we can move on to zone 2. This is where most people get stuck, because a lot of guitarists do get stuck on that one comfortable position of the neck, and that's where they live forever. But it doesn't have to be like that. So those same ideas we used in the open position, we're going to move them up the neck by using zone 2. So first off, our E chord in this zone 2 position, the way we're going to play that is our middle finger on the 5th fret of the B string, our 1st finger on the 4th fret of the G, and our 3rd finger on the 6th fret of the D. So we have these 3 notes. And this is an E chord. And because it is an E chord, we can actually also add in this open E string to get a bit more bottom end in the chord. But you've got to be careful you don't also play the A string. So I typically block the A string with the tip of my 3rd finger. Right, so it doesn't make a sound when I strum, otherwise it won't sound very clear if I don't block it. So that's our 1 chord or our E chord in zone 2. And now for our 4 chord, we're going to use this chord shape, which you might have played before. Right, 7 on the D, 6 on the G, and 5 on the high E. Think of this as a staircase because your fingers are descending like that in order. And because this is a A chord, you can add this open A string in there, which will sound really good. But again, you want to make sure you don't play the E for this one. I do that by using my thumb to block it. But you can just try strum these 4 strings if you want. So now we have our 1 chord and our 4 chord in zone 2. Now the scale segments we're going to use, for the minor pentatonic, we're going to use the 7th fret on the G, the 5th fret on the B, the 8th fret on the B, and the 5 and 7 on the high E. So 7G, 5, 8, and then 5, 7 on the high E. And then for our major pentatonic, we're going to use 4 and 6 on the G, 5 and 7 on the B, and then 4 and 7 on the high E. Okay, so in zone 2, I have my 1 chord, Then I can play minor pentatonic if I want. Then my 4 chord. Then major pentatonic. That's going to work. So now you've got 2 zones, and this is going to make a huge difference to your playing, but here's where it gets even more interesting. Because 2 zones gives you a lot of variation, you're not stuck in just the one spot, but when you learn 3 zones, this is what blows things wide open and unlocks the whole neck, because zone 1 just repeats again up the octave higher on your fretboard. So with 3 zones, you really do have the freedom to play everywhere. So for our 1 chord, we're going to cover the 9th fret on the D, G, and B with our first finger, which is essentially our A chord shape. And again, because this is an E chord, we can add our low E string in there. Right, it's going to sound really good. And our 4 chord, our A chord, we're going to use the same chord shape that we used for our E chord back in zone 2, but now we just play it here, and we can add our open A string again, and this is going to give us our 4 chord, our A chord. So we've got 1 and 4. 1. Now for the minor pentatonic, we're going to use the 9th fret and 12th fret on the D and G. And then for the B and high E, we use 10 and 12. And for our major pentatonic, we're going to use the 9th and 11th fret on the D and G. And then we use the 9th and 12th fret on the B and high E. So minor pentatonic, major pentatonic. Just like that. Now switching between the 2, so we've got our 1 chord, could go minor pentatonic, 4 chord, major pentatonic, 1 chord, major pentatonic, 4 chord, minor. So you can mess around with any variation or any combination of those chords and scales that you want. So now that you know the notes and chords that belong in all 3 of your zones, how do you actually practice this efficiently? So the key is just going to be to focus on one zone at a time. So I might start off working on zone 1, that kind of makes sense. And first, I'm just going to do it free time. I'm going to play the chord, then play the major or minor pentatonic scales. So that was major, then play my 4 chord, then maybe minor. Right, you're just mapping out where the notes are in this area of the fretboard when you're doing that. And what you want to do is get to the point where you can add rhythm to that, and you can keep the rhythm going when you're alternating between the chords and the lead lines. So you could keep it really simple to begin with by just playing each chord 4 times, 4 down strums, and then have 4 beats of soloing in between. So I could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And you would rinse and repeat that process for every zone. And then once you're more comfortable with that and you can keep the time, you can experiment with more complicated rhythms, and you can even experiment with adding more notes that belong to the major or minor pentatonic scale. But I think using these small segments is going to be way better off to begin with, because you don't have this option paralysis by having all these different notes to choose from. You just need a few notes and make them sound tasty, and that's going to be a lot more impressive than you just rushing through every note in the scale and not playing anything musical. Now, knowing how to play over a 1-4 in all these different zones is going to make a huge difference to your playing, but it is just one small aspect of playing the guitar. So I made a video explaining how to play triad chords all over your guitar neck and combine them with scales in a way that sounds musical. So I'll leave a link to that over there, and make sure you check that out, because it will make your playing sound a whole lot more impressive, and it's one of my favorite ways to practice. So I'll see you there.